And greetings, greetings and blessings, blessed souls. We're alive because we want to stay alive in Torah Chaim, instructions of life, Torah Chesed, instructions of kindness, Torah Rachamim. We want to bring out some points about a subject which, for some people, there's clarity, for others, there's confusion, for some people, there's ignorance, and for some people, there's an ambivalence because of all the different viewpoints that shower upon them or around them, and some of people have actually internalized these ideas, but they're still left in a state of confusion. So I'm not going to come and save the day and say this is the only way to look at it, but I will give a perspective from Scripture, from prophecy, and as well to be embellished by insights, divine insights offered by Pnimis Torah, the inner dimensions of Torah. And this all relates to the fact that we're less than 48 hours after the Zman Cheroseno, the time of our freedom. It's also Zman Simchaseno, even though it's not in our prayer liturgy that we say it's the time of rejoicing, but because any expression of freedom is an expression of joy, especially when it comes to Bechira Chavshis, where the nation of Israel, we freely chose to follow the Creator under the tutelage of Moses, Moshe Rabbeinu, the mighty Levite prophet, to leave Egypt, that mighty ancient North African country, civilization, which was the most intelligent of its time, but unfortunately was sunken in a type of self-fulfilling determinism of idolatry, witchcraft, and slavery. So that being said, I'd like to read from who is known as to be the prophet of redemption, Navi Agula Isaiah, amongst our people. And the verse goes like this. I'll read 3 verses. The Spirit of Creator will rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and knowledge, a Spirit of counsel and strength, and a Spirit of knowledge and fear of Creator. He will be imbued with the Spirit of fear for the Creator, and he will not need to judge by what his eyes see nor decide by what his ears hear. He will judge the destitute with righteousness and decide with fairness for the humble of the earth. Deep stuff, but it needs elaboration. First of all, when we talk about this whole idea of spirit of wisdom, spirit of understanding, Ruach HaChachma, Ruach HaBina, Ruach HaEtz HaGevura, the spirit of advice and might, Ruach of Das, of knowledge and the ability to immerse oneself, to connect to the essence of the concept and fear of the Creator, many human beings have possessed this, whether it be of the children of Israel or of the blessed children of Noah. However, the nuance here by the Moshiach is that his spirit of wisdom and understanding and capacity to give life-affirming advice and to possess a type of might which will distinguish him from other human beings, not because he'll be able to bench press 565 pounds, or his knowledge, or his ability to tap into the essence of a Torah concept, and also his fear of the Creator, will be distinguished because it's infused with what is called the Ruach Hashem, the Spirit of the Creator. Now, there have been many prophets who have been imbued with this, but to the extent that the Mashiach will possess this, it will be apparent whether one is comparing the teachings of the Mashiach to the Scripture that we have available, or when the other prophets come and they will give testimony. So it's like Moshe and Adam and Noach and Methuselah and Enoch and Shmuel and Navi, Samuel the prophet, and King David and King Solomon, Isaiah and Jeremiah, be clear for all of us to see that this person will be way beyond any of these people who have guided us in the past. And for many of us, including myself, we still try to seek spiritual nourishment from these prophets of the past, even in this most existential of moments. So the Lubavitch Rebbe brings out a point here from a Hasidic discourse, and he himself being direct descent of Kings David and Solomon, brings out this point that where Mashiach will be able to adjudicate via judgment, righteous judgment. Again, there have been many righteous, judgment-oriented human beings. You even have them today. Well, it's hard to see it because most of us are smothered in mass media delusions and confusions and configurations of constricted human intellect. well, the type of righteous judgment we're talking about is something that makes so much sense to the human mind, but it will be clear as well, even that which makes such common sense to the human mind will be imbued with the Ruach Hashem, with the Spirit of the Creator. As well, that the Moshiach will possess this type of spirit of fear of the Creator. That is to say, the Moshiach will dread to transgress anything which is against the will and the wisdom of the Creator, the source of everything, Makor Kula, because he'll be able to judge with the sense of smell. In English, as I was growing up here in the United States of America, Turtle Island, aka USA, Uniting Souls, actually, we heard many times, there's something that smells in the state of Denmark. Well, if I'm living in America, how can I smell what's going on in Denmark? But it's that intuitive sense that is connected with the sense of smell, that would be a prophetic sense of smell. Not that the Moshiach is going to tell every person what stinks about them, but Moshiach will be able to look into the essence of any human being's soul and do a comparative analysis according to prophetic and mishpat and human intellect. Again, the human intellect possessed by a human being will have prophetic abilities to be able to see what is right about the person. And despite the fact they did wrong, it's because of the nature of their soul as it was enclosed in his or her body in their lifetime that allowed them to avoid doing things even worse. And on the other hand, too, despite their trying circumstances, which every human being who's ever been born on this earth has been exposed to trying circumstances, why they were able to do better than expected. So the Moshiach will be on the side of compassion. He's not going to be Pollyannish about anything, Moshiach, but he'll be able to look into each one of us by that reich, chusha reich, that sense of smell, which relates to higher cognitive levels of this individual that we know as the Lion of Judah, whose mind will be totally configured more than any other human being who ever existed in history to be able to tap into the teachings of Torah, of divine instruction, to adjudicate how this person should be judged. It's not upon us to do these things, blessed souls, and many people are engaged in that. Also, one more thing I want to mention, although it's not in the body of the text of the prophecy of Isaiah, or even from what I gleaned out of the teaching of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, is that the Moshiach must be a fleshly human being. He is of the tribe of Judah, Shevet Yehuda, from his father's side, meaning he has to come from a fleshly father. And that's what distinguishes the nation of Israel's perception, understanding, and our tradition of who the Moshiach is. Of two human parents, the mother will be of Hebrew, Israelite, Jewish origin, and so will the father. And this person will guide us in the most natural way. In fact, I just want to conclude on this note. The Lubavitcher Rebbe mentioned in a very well-known sicha, a talk, I believe it was in Zayin Elo, Non Aleph, which corresponds to about 1991, before the new year of Tafshin and Beis, where he said that we won't be surprised by the experiences that transpire at the time of the Gula Mitzvah Shlem, of the true and complete redemption, because we will see a very elevation in the nature of the creation, meaning we'll realize that the nature of the creation is one of godliness, of Elokut, to the point, Bezrat Hashem, hopefully in speed in our days, we shall in fact witness, with the blessings of the Most High and the revelation of the Moshiach Titkenu, our righteous Messiah, the world shall be filled with the knowledge of the Creator as the waters fill the waters of the ocean cover the seabed, which is also prophecy from the prophet Isaiah and Navi Agula. And hopefully may this all transpire in a way of Ahav Echad, one love, Gorel Echad, one destiny, Kulanu for all of us, but Darchi Noam, in a pleasant way, Darchi Shalom, in a peaceful way, Bez Hashem Yisparech, with the help of the Most High, to be continued. Take care, everyone.